Hi guys, my name's Madeline, Aunt Maddie, whatever you want to call me. I couldn't sleep tonight, so I thought maybe I'd get up and talk to you a little bit, maybe tell you why I can't sleep, or what happens, or what's going on, or what I have, or why I only do 20-second dopey videos. That's because that's kind of all I can do. I have a disease, and it's called Ehlers Danlos Syndrome. I have subset hyperextensive connective tissue. Forgive me. So that's what I have: Ehlers Danlos Syndrome. I am connective tissue and hypermobility. That means my joints, you might have heard the term double jointed. That's not an actual thing. You don't have extra joints. What you have are joints that are able to move more than regular joints. Like if a normal person, like say, puts their hand out, you say, straighten your fingers. Well, they might look like this. Well, if you tell me to put my hand out, I go like that. Those are my straight fingers, unfortunately, and it affects every joint in my body. If it were feasible, I am at the point in my life, I am 50 years old. I will be 51 in January. The average lifespan for somebody my age, with my disease, is 48. I live and feel like a ticking time bomb. And I don't know that that's the worst of it, because it's the pain. I saw my doctor today. It wasn't a good visit, but he equivocated it to cancer. It's an extremely painful disease, and it affects all your soft tissues, because anybody with Ehlers Danlos subset hypermobility connective tissue disorder doesn't digest collagen correctly. And collagen is your skin, it is all of your soft tissue, it is your cartilage, your tendons, your ligaments, your muscles, your sinuses, it's everything. It's soft tissue. And what happens is that soft tissue not only doesn't form correctly, but because it doesn't, it wears away quickly, very quickly. I initially presented with a sore knee at 25, a sore shoulder at 30, and I progressively got worse. It went to the other knee, it went to the other shoulder, it became the spine, and I kept being told to lose weight, I was told, or you just want a certain medicine, or this or that, and I was ill, and I don't want anybody to suffer what I have suffered. I find that doctors aren't hyper aware of this disease, and it's not common. It's 1 in 250,000 that we know about, and it's all your soft tissues. Now, the primary concern with Ehlers-Danlos and the type I have is an aortic rupture. Soft tissue, your heart, I think it's pretty explanatory. That's very, very common for somebody with Ehlers-Danlos. Ehlers-Danlos was originated, I want to say discovered, maybe officiated in the early 1900s by two doctors, Dr. Ehlers and Dr. Danlos, and they were from Switzerland or Sweden, that area where it's really nice, right? And one of them discovered something with the collagen absorption, and the other with the disintegration of the joints, and it became Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome, my type. Now, I can't speak for the other 12 types. I've never met anybody with Ehlers-Danlos, and I don't want to be that person. I don't have any friends. I don't. It's hard to have friends. It's hard to have anybody, anything with this disease. This disease is extremely unpredictable. You get flares, and you may live in a pain of 6, When you have a flare, you're immobile. You are completely bedridden. I am. Everybody, is different. I generally will have a fever when I have a flare. My joints are generally swollen, so that's not a thing, but they will become hot. It is the weirdest thing, but it's extremely painful. So I'm sorry, I'm talking circles. So my daughter said, Mom, you love makeup. Why don't you sit and do some makeup? And I got good at it. I said, okay, I did my makeup. What do I do now? And it was my daughter that suggested I started uploading my little videos, because she knows how much I enjoy it, and I think she knows like how hard that is for me. I can generally touch my face. That's not so bad. The hair, not so much. That's my daughter's domain. My daughter cares for my hair primarily. I can't do that, but I can luckily get to my face, and yeah, so it's makeup. But again, one of those, I know it may seem silly to you, and I know they're silly, but one of those looks takes me about a half hour, 45 minutes to do. And like I said, I would love to finish it, to do foundation and blush and a little bit of lipstick. My lips are too thin, so I don't overdo them. But I can't sometimes. It's very difficult. It's very painful just to get my eyes done. But the shoulders and the elbows and my wrists, my hands, and that's not the point. The point is I enjoy it, and I hope to continue doing it. My concern is that anybody would ever suffer what I have with Ehlers Danlos. If you have any unexplained joint pain, don't let it go. Talk to your doctor, get it x-rayed, get it looked at. If you have stomach problems, let your doctor know. That's huge stomach problems. Heart issues. I had my first heart surgery at the age of 20. We didn't even know I had it then. I was being treated for Ehlers Danlos before we knew I had it. It took 25 years. It took half my life. And I guess there was some relief in a final diagnosis. It's never what you want to hear. I don't know. So, Ehlers Danlos, that's what it is, and it's out there. And not only is it an outside disease, not only, is it painful or this, it's an inside disease as well. It's an invisible disease. There's a saying that I've read. I've done quite a bit of research on this, and people with Ehlers Danlos are called zebras. The reason we're called zebras is because if you hear hoof prints behind you and you're not running like you should be, and you turn around, well, what would be the last thing you'd expect to see? A zebra. My daughter says a jellyfish. I kind of agree with her, but theory is a zebra. And yeah, it's brutal. It is. There are young people at 20 that are getting hip replacements and joint replacements, and that's so heartbreaking to me. I'm glad that they were diagnosed, correctly and in a correct amount of time. If we had known 25 years earlier that I did have this problem, I could have prevented probably a lot of the, I want to say, not damage that I caused, but damage that was caused because I didn't know to rest the joints, to not overexert the joints, to just go easy. Take your time, and when you're younger, you're going. And I'm 50, so those little aches and pains are kicking in now too. And it's not fun. It's not. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. But I think doctors should be more aware of this, be able to put it together. The brain fog, the internal elements, the POTS, the heart issues that come with Ehlers Danlos, it's a lot for anybody, and there's many days it leaves me immobile. So I'm sorry if my goofy little videos bother you. That's what I can do right now, and that's what enjoy doing. And I haven't enjoyed anything in a very long time. I'm sorry. Because things hurt. Things you wouldn't think of hurt bad. And you go to your doctor and you trust this person, and no, they tell you, oh, you're this or you're that, or it's in your head. It's not. It's not. Don't ever let a doctor tell you that, unless it's a head doctor, of course. Yeah, so Ehlers Danlos is not good. Excuse me. I have lights, and one of them shuts off every 30 minutes, excuse me, because it hates me, and it just shut off, but I think it's okay again. I'm so sorry. I really wasn't at all gonna do that. I'm used to this. I've known since I was 48 that I have Ehlers Danlos Syndrome. And, we treat it with arthritis drugs. It mimics arthritis. I would say the closest disease it mimics is arthritis, or maybe a combination of arthritis and chronic fatigue syndrome or fibromyalgia, because with the nerves, with the tissues and everything, you have the nerves, and they start to not be protected as well. And it's a brutal disease, it really is. And if anybody has any symptoms, or things they do, just, or if you know you're in pain, don't let your doctor tell you otherwise. And if he does or she does, go somewhere else, because, yeah, my life would have been a lot different if I would have known. The biggest thing right now is supposed to be good. I'm looking into qualifying for an electric wheelchair so I can go to the mall and go to theme parks and do everything I don't do anymore, because when I do those things, or I attempt to do those things, I'm a drag. I have a 21-year-old and a 23-year-old, and they're growing up. I was younger, I was a little more mobile, and it seems with each year it just deteriorates more. It's it's the other ankle, it's the other elbow, it's everything. It's your teeth, it's your sinus, it's your fingers, it's your toes, it's everything. And it's so hard, and you tell yourself, I want to do this, I've got to do this. Can't. Sometimes you can't, and you have to accept that. And that is so hard for somebody like me to accept, because if you tell me I can't, I'm just going to do it twice as good, but this kind of has me. It does. And yeah, it's not fun, a disease, but that's where it comes from. That's the gist of it. That's why I'm doing, I guess, silly little videos. It's not that I'm incapable of more. Sometimes I am. Sometimes I'm not. And I guess I just wanted to keep that regular, right now, my arms are resting. See, they're being held up right now by two pieces of wood that I have at my desk that hold them up for support, because that's why I'm able to sit here and talk and be here. So it's a very long time for me. It's really nice, actually. I don't want to bore you, though, so that's it. But yes, I have Ehlers Danlos, and it's terminal, and there's nothing they can do for it. What they can do is they treat the symptoms, and everybody has different symptoms. There is no Ehlers Danlos doctor. Of course, you could go to an osteopath or an orthopod if you have the right insurance. I don't. I see my GP, and we just kind of do the best we can from there. He's even limited on the care he can give me, because even in higher echelons, it's very unknown, very rare, but it's happening, and it hurts. I don't know. So I didn't come here to complain or anything. It was more explain. And yeah, so if I have a silly little 20-second video where I did my eyes or whatever, again, it took me a good long time, and I'm probably in a good amount of pain by then. But I want to smile because I did it. I got up and I did it. And I'm going to keep up, and I'm going to keep getting up. And I'm I'm gonna keep doing it because that's what I like. And that's what my daughter said I should do. And my son doesn't seem to mind. Actually, he's a huge proponent. He's a really good with helping me. And it's funny, he's like your boyish boy type. He played football. He's a boy type. But when it comes to his mother's, is she cool, fair, or olive? Or what eyeshadow or lipstick or blush might look good on me? He's really good at that stuff. He is. So the kids are down. They're not too embarrassed that I'm doing this. So if they're not, I'm not. And hopefully, if you don't like it, don't stop by. But I just wanted to explain myself a little, and I'm hoping to do more. I would love to do some story times. I have rants. Excuse me. One day I would love to discuss Ipsy. Oh boy, that's a story to have. I have a lot of stories. I have a lot of years, so maybe some story times when I'm up to it. I had my cortisone injections today, and it was tough because I didn't know if I wanted them in my shoulders or in my knees. I couldn't decide, and you can only have one. You're only allowed so much cortisone. I burst out crying. And I'm not a crier. I'm not really not. Not only was I crying, I was like full on funeral crying. I couldn't decide if I needed those shots in my knees or my shoulders. And I was only getting 2 shots. That's all I could do. And I was going to do the knees. They have been so bad lately. But I realized you don't need your knees as much as you need your shoulders and your arms and your hands. So that's what I went with. I got injections again today, and I will again. And that's all we can do is treat the symptoms, the blood work, and keep up on it. And if anybody else out there is struggling with this, I would love to hear from you. If you know somebody that's struggling with it, if you have any questions, anything, I would love to talk to anybody. If you want to comment, if you want to message me, if it's private, I understand. But yeah. Oh, and along with stories, also pop culture. I'm kind of into that. I have some time for it. I guess an example would be maybe, just Harry and Meghan, I guess. They drive me nuts. They do. And I would love to get a little gossip about them. We could talk a little sometime. So maybe I'll probably keep doing my makeup looks and stop in to talk. I really, really hope if anybody's out there watching, if you are, say hi, say bye, I know I'm fat, I know I'm silly, I know I'm dumb, so if we could stay away from that, it'd be cool. And if you could be nice to each other, if there's an other, if there's an anybody, because I don't think anybody's watching my videos at all, and that's fine, it's for me. But if you're out there and you want to talk or be friends or email, please feel free. I'm here, I'm always here, and I'm gonna be here because I intend to be here. I hope you have a great fucking week. I hope it kicks ass. I do. And if shit's going shitty for you, I hope that flips around. I do. I'm having a tough time myself, and but it gets better. It'll be a lot better, right? That's all we can hope for. So I hope you're feeling good. Stay healthy, and if you're here, say hi. That would mean so much to me. It's so silly, and I'm sorry, but even if you hate a video, if you want to tell me that constructive criticism, I would love. I need that. What you might want to see, what you don't want to see, what you want to talk about, what you don't want to talk about. I'm here. Let's do it, okay? So my name is Madeline. I have Ehlers Danlos Syndrome. You can call me Aunt Maddie if you're under 50. If you're over 50, call me Maddie, please. And hopefully I'll talk to you soon. I hope you have a great week. Bye.